So I very rarely have the time to look at anyone's channels. You know what I'm saying? Besides my own. I have 2 channels. First one is this one, Langston 2092. The second is Long Live Langston. But I was on Facebook, right? It's a couple weeks ago. I was on Facebook and I came across this video, and it was a dude talking to a female, and the female was like, she wanted a 6-figure man, and I'm listening, and she wants, a 6-figure man and a man to do this and do that, etc. And the guy that was on there, he's like, well, do you have what it takes in order to be with this 6-figure man that you want? And he started breaking it down, and she's like, no, and this, and that, and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, wow, this is interesting, right? So, after doing some intensive research, I wound up finding this man's channel, on YouTube. And the man that I'm talking about is Kevin Samuels, right? So I looked at a few of his videos, and I'm like, wow, this guy is amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like, for the most part, he's saying the same thing that I've been trying to tell black women in specific for years, right? So, as I'm looking at the videos, I'm scrolling down in the comments, and reading the comments, and seeing how people are reacting to these particular videos that I'm looking at, on Kevin Samuels' page, or channel rather. And a lot of them were talking about like how he's mean, he's disrespectful, and how he's like Tommy Sotomayor. Now, for those that don't know who Tommy Sotomayor is, this guy is a famous YouTuber that has made a name for himself from bashing black women, right? And a lot of white racist people are subscribed to his channel, and they love to hear what Tommy Sotomayor has to say about black women, because white racist people want to justify why they stereotype black people in general, and Tommy Sotomayor gives them that justification, right? Now, he is nothing like Tommy Sotomayor. Tommy Sotomayor is over here, and he's there to bash and disrespect black women. And even if you want to talk about how Tommy Sotomayor talks about the problems that certain black women have, he never gives a solution. And if he does give a solution, it's always a violent one. Like, we need to do away with those Sims. Like, what do you actually mean by that? You understand? Kevin Samuels is over here. To my understanding, he's a relationship consultant. So you have these particular women that want to date 6-figure men, right? What he's telling these women is you have to meet the qualifications. You see, certain black women don't like to be told what to do. Certain black women feel as though that they know everything. Especially, they know what a man wants, but they never ask a man what they actually want. And the reality of it is that black women have standards. Yeah, that's true. And we've been trying to live up to those standards for years. For years. I'm one of them. But this is a new day and time. And now black men have realized that we have standards as well, and that you have to live up to ours. That plain and simple. I'm not a 6-figure guy, but at the end of the day, right, I have standards. I'll give you an example. If I were to date, to get married and be in a serious relationship, you would have to be able to work out. I don't want to hear, love me as I am and all the rest. No, I don't want to hear that. You have to be able to work out. I'm a spontaneous person, so you have to wear natural. It's a must. I mean, I love natural women, but it's a must that you wear natural, because you never know when I'm going to say, hey, let's go to the beach, let's go to the pool. I don't want to hear, I just did my hair got did. I don't want to hear that. You understand? I'm a vegetarian, so I don't want to hear when I fix you, quinoa and baked vegetables or a black bean burger or something like that. You touching it like, what is this? What is this? What is this? I don't want to hear that. I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm building my business, and I would love to be with an entrepreneur if I was looking for someone serious. So you would have to own your own business. Now, I'm not disrespectful towards people that have jobs. If I have to go back into the work field, I will. But at the end of the day, these are my standards. This is what I want. And most of you all, it's so ironic that some of you all, women that are six-figured women, don't meet up to my standards. Period. So that's all he's trying to say. He's trying to actually help you all. He's saying this, it's just basic math. If you want a man that makes $100,000 or more, six figures, and you want to marry him, you have those same standards that you require from him, you're gonna have to meet that. And if he doesn't want you to have a bunch of children, and if he wants to be the first one to have a child by you, then you have to meet that requirement. And if you don't have it, then he ain't gonna mess with you. In other words, six-figure men don't want drama in their lives. I don't know any man that does, though, to be real with you. Like I said, I'm not a six-figure man, and I can tell you I have standards, and also on top of that, I don't want to deal with drama myself. I just don't. Not ever. I don't want to settle for the BS. I'm just not. And that's another thing too, is you all don't like the word, two words y'all don't like: settle and submission. Settling is not so much a bad thing in your case. If you don't meet the qualifications of a six-figure man, then maybe you're gonna have to date somebody that only makes $40,000 a year. But he's still gonna protect, he's still gonna be the provider. That plain and simple. And to be real with you, you shouldn't even use settle when dealing with a human being, because you're belittling that human being. You're belittling a person when you're saying that I gotta settle. That's disrespectful. And the second thing is submissive. Y'all hate that. Y'all despise that. It's like the cross with Dracula. Y'all despise that. But every real woman should submit to her husband or boyfriend or anyone that she's serious, within seeing. And this is what bothers me, because we have, I'm not going to say we, single women, and we're part of that problem. Single women have raised their daughters to think independently. And we weren't there as fathers to teach them better, because we were too busy in jail and doing other things. You understand? But there is a system that's designed to separate the black man and the black woman, or rather the black family. But I'm not going to go that deep. I'm just going to say we weren't there. So now you have a female that's raising that child, and right off the rip. And I know what you're going to say, for some of your professionals that have looked at this video, he uses so much slang, and I could go into the etymology dictionary and break down the whole English language. It's nothing but broken English. So the way that I talk and the way that you talk is still the same thing. It's broken English. For those that don't know what an etymology dictionary is, it's the origin of words. And every word has a origin to it. It's another conversation. But that woman has raised that young girl to be independent, or rather privileged. So not only do white people have white privilege, black women do too. You already grow up, you are already being groomed to think that you are the shit. And that you don't need a man. But that's not what is being taught in outside of the black community. In the Asian community, the Caucasian community, and the likes, their women are submissive. They don't have a thing called alpha female, because that's a masculine trait. And for those that may say, well, are you going to teach your daughters to be submissive? Yes, I am. I am. Because in a relationship, in a family structure, there's a place and a purpose for a woman, and it's a place and a purpose for a man. And if a woman drifts off into a man's purpose and place, or vice versa, that's when things get chaotic. That plain and simple. There's nothing complicated about this. You have to, women, listen, let me tell you something. Black women, you're gonna have to start listening more. You're gonna have to start listening more and start to put the blame in yourself for you dealing with the men that you deal with. Because I could tell you, there are a lot of good men out there. Straight up, I know a lot of good men that are out there that are making their own money, that are successful, that work out. The type of men that you all meet, I don't know those type of people. I don't know those type of men. Matter of fact, I don't even be in those areas to know those type of men. And it's crazy, now I'm thinking about it, like for you all women that want six-figure men but don't make six figures, let me tell you something. How are you going to meet these men? Because these men don't go in a hole-in-the-wall clubs like you do. These men don't hang out in the hood like you do. These men are out and about and being productive. I don't even make six figures, but I can tell you I'm busy every day. Every day. If I'm not going to the range, if I'm not going to the gym, if I'm not dealing with my children, if I got to pick up one child, I got to drop off another one, I got to do videos, I got to work on my book. It's a lot of stuff that I'm doing. A lot. It's to the point where I get so busy when I have time to just chill, I sit back and I torture myself like, yo man, I could have been doing A, B, and C. So where are you going to meet these men that you're talking about? Because they're just not out and about everywhere. They're not. I'm telling you, yo, Kevin Samuels is the best thing that y'all could ever have in life. You don't even realize it. He's trying to teach you and tell you something, but you are so caught up in yourself to the point where, I'll say this. Listen, I look at it like this. Do you want to marry yourself? Do you want to marry yourself? In other words, do you want to be alone for the rest of your life? Because if you don't want to be alone for the rest of your life, you're going to have to change something about you. That plain and simple. That plain and simple. So don't say that this man is mean just because he spoke up like a real man should and put a woman in her place like a real man should. Don't get upset. Don't be disgusted when you hear certain things that come out of his mouth. Let me tell you something. I don't even think that he's aggressive. I just think that women just don't like to be told what to do. In other words, women, specific black women, always want to be in control. And when they're not, that's when they use words like, I'm not being submissive. You're mean. But let me tell you something. You black women, not all. You black women are not mean when I walk by you and I say, hi, how you doing? And that's all I want to ask is, hi, how are you doing? You don't think that that's mean when you turn the other way? You don't think that that's mean when you don't even look at me, you don't give me eye contact. You don't think that that's mean? I remember I got in a conversation with these two big women, right? In YMCA, in the sauna, right? I used to live in Atlanta, Buckhead YMCA, right? It's the best YMCA in Atlanta. So, got in a conversation, we were talking about diet or whatever. There was not a misunderstanding, there was a disagreement. And then these boys gonna tell me what type of degree you got to be talking this and blah, 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 and we don't have time for you and blah. Just that nasty Atlanta attitude. And I'm sitting back saying to myself, like, wow, it's classism. Like, you're looking down on me just because you may make more money than I. And I can't have nothing. I can't speak my mind because I don't have the degree that you have in order for me to speak. That doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't make sense. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna leave it with this, right? All of us are chasing after the 75% cotton, 25% linen note. Fiat, Latin, means let it be. Fiat note. All of us are chasing after that European dollar bill that's stamped with a white man on it. And they created that note. Instead of us chasing after that, we should be going back to Africa because Africa has all of the natural resources that the whole planet needs. And building small Wakandas and printing up our own money. So in other words, we're basically living like slaves on a plantation called America, spelled with 3 Ks. Don't even realize it. that there's bigger fish to fry, and that we need to come together as families. Families. And black woman, you're gonna have to give up something. You're gonna have to give up that, not all black women have it, but that nasty attitude. That elitist mentality. You're gonna have to give that up. Other than that, you're gonna be alone, or you're just gonna have to date outside of your race. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and nowadays, I don't have no problem with that, because guess what? Even if I were thinking about dating right about now, guess what? You know, being that the internet is here and it's a whole different world, I would definitely date outside of the country. I'll ship my chicks in. Oh, let me check out Jamaica. Let me check out Europe or London or Africa. You know, I'm not gonna step away from my black females. No, that's not what I'm saying. But I definitely would actually step out of the country to find that black female, because we as African Americans have sunk so low till it's ridiculous. Our state of minds have been Europeanized, and we are definitely genetically modified Negroes. We are not the Egyptians that built the pyramids. We are not the Mansa Musas. We are not the Nubians. We're not even close to where we were at before segregation. Excuse me, during segregation. Because at least during segregation, we had our own. We built our churches, we built our communities. The marriage rate was extremely high. This is ridiculous, man. Big ups to my man Kevin Samuels. You're doing a great job. Tommy, Sotomayor, you can eat a you know what. And shout outs to the black women. You know, this is not a video to bash you all. This is just a video to help you. You understand? Other than that, if you're new to the channel, I would love for you to subscribe, like, comment, definitely share this video. Peace.